Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Lily and my fellow friends. My name is Khairunisa Sajali and today I will be present about a story of a woman named Mary Mellon, which was then recognized as Typhoid Mary, who allegedly gave rise to multiple outbreaks of typhoid fever. Many people today do not know who is actually Mary Mellon and her relationship with typhoid disease. So, as you can see the slide, here is the picture of the Mary Mellon. Mary is a cook who lived in 20th century at New York City. She usually neglects the basic hygiene during cooking. According to Nina Stroklick in her National Geographic article stating that the signature dish of Mary, which is the peach ice cream, as the conduit through which Mellon spread the contagious disease. I have been fascinated by the story of Typhoid Mary since I studied microbiology during diploma. Besides, I have past hands-on experience in doing microbiological culture method, where I culture the bacteria that include Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi is a bacteria that causes typhoid disease. So today, I will start my speech by talking about the definition of typhoid fever itself, the tragedy that occurs in 1900s, the discovery of Mellon as the typhoid carrier, and lastly, the involuntary confinement of Mary Mellon. So what is typhoid fever? Typhoid fever is a bacterial disease or bacterial infection in the gastrointestinal system. It can be spread from one person to another person through fecal-oral transmission in the setting of contaminated water or food. As shall we see next, in 1906, at the house of Mr. Charles Henry Warren at the Oyster Bay, the Warrens' daughter gets ill and was diagnosed as typhoid fever. And in the same week, Mr. Warren's wife, their second daughter, two maids, and the gardener had also received the same symptom of typhoid fever. According to Mr. Warren, their family is an affluent family which not likely contract with the typhoid disease. And as you can see in the slide, here's the picture of the Mr. Warren. Hence, Mr. Warren hired Dr. Soper, a sanitation engineer, to investigate the case further. So, can you guess what happens next? Dr. Soper initially hypothesized that fresh water claimed as the source of typhoid outbreak. However, not all persons in the house had eaten the freshwater clams, and Dr. Soper's suspicion had shifted quickly to the household cook named Mellon. Mellon denied her responsibility in giving stool and urine samples to Dr. Soper. And you know what she done to Dr. Soper? Yes, she brandishing a carving fork to him. So let's see further in the next video.
Need some samples to confirm it. Blood, feces, urine. Get out! Get out now, you devil!
So, on the next day, Mellon was escorted by Dr. Josephine Baker and 5 other police officers, as you can see in the slide. And she was brought to the hospital for lab testing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what happens next? Yes, she was tested positive for carrying typhoid bacteria. And she got apprehended by the New York Health Department. In 1909, she sued the health department for her freedom, and the health commissioner agreed to release her in one condition: she never pledged to work as a cook again. But in 1915, there was another typhoid outbreak occurred at the Sloan Maternity Hospital, which struck 25 workers and killed 2 patients. The epidemic trace was pointed to the hospital's cook named Mellon. Little did they know it was actually Mellon but she was used a false name as a Mary Brown. And then she get arrested by the New York Health Department once again, and during her second apprehension, she spent the rest of her life in enforced isolation and died in 1938 due to stroke. In conclusion, there are plenty of lessons that we can learn from this Typhoid Mary story. Us as a public should spread the awareness about asymptomatic carriers to evade the tragedy of Typhoid Mary from happening again. That's all from me. Thank you very much and have a nice day.